1 minute. So there are plenty of things in my life that are wrong. One of the biggest things is that, likely due to having celiac for at least 12 years and not knowing it, not being diagnosed, not eating accordingly, and having kids and close together and hormones and things like that, not much makes me happy. And it's not because there aren't good things in my life. And yes, like right now is like a very difficult season and it's hard, but it's more than that. It's more than that. And it's hard to admit, especially publicly. Hard to talk to my husband and be like, hey, look, like something's wrong with me. I'm sorry, I'm never happy. Probably should like really actively work on that because, you know, I can't take care of my kids if I'm not okay myself. And I can't help my daughter, and I can't help my son, and I can't help the babies. But today something happened and it just really warmed my heart and it made me so proud, and it's a reminder for me of why. Like, why do I wake up? And like, yes, I know that God has some plan for me ultimately that's beyond these walls in my house. But right now, my plan is these kids. And when you're banging your head into the wall, asking for the same thing to be done over and over again, and when they're not listening to you, or, I mean, heaven forbid, sometimes yelling in your face, or, I mean, right now I need to clean the floor up over there because my daughter just peed. It's exhausting and excruciating. But today, Livy got a hot chocolate. It wasn't hot anymore. It was in a plastic cup. And I told her to sit down at the table with it. Instead of sitting at the table with it, she wanted to go snuggle with Sasa. So she goes and snuggles with Sasa. And of course, on the couch, there's hot chocolate everywhere. So the girls go and play in the tub. Blah, 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 blah. They get out of the tub. And I see my Cassie not having a towel for herself. She gets a towel for her sister. And she complains a little bit that there weren't 2 towels, but she got Livy the towel first. So we get Cassie a towel, and then Cassie helps Livy get dry. Then she helps to get clothes on, and she lets Livy wear one of her nightgowns. And as she's putting on this unicorn nightgown that her daddy got for her for, was it pajama day at school in the summertime-ish? When it was like hot and all she has is like long sleeve pajamas. And she's putting this on her, and she tells her sister that she's a princess. And Livy comes up to me and she's just twirling in this nightgown that's obviously dragging on the floor because, you know, 7 and 2 is a lot of difference in size. And she just looks at me and she says, Mommy, I'm princess. Mommy, a princess. And she's just dancing. And I talked to Cassie and I told her, like, I am so proud of you. You took time and you loved on that baby, and she looks up to you and she thinks that you're the most wonderful being in the world. Now, she probably loves her daddy more than she loves anyone. If you guys know a child, you will understand that daddy is her favorite. But it so warms my heart that my little girl, my 7-year-old, knows enough about her own self that I've been able to somehow miraculously, not me, but God has through me been able to help her understand that she's beautiful and that she's wonderful. And to watch her teach her sister, and for Livy's whole face just to light up because her sissy said that she is a princess, and for her to not question it. There's not a single question in her eyes. She didn't come up to me with a question and ask, Mommy, princess? No. She came up to me with confidence and a smile and a boldness, and she knew who she was. She knew that she was lovely and good and beautiful, and those are things that most girls take a lifetime to not understand. There's no one teaching us, like, hey, you're awesome and you're wonderful and you're beautiful. And even though there are people who are trying, you know, some parents maybe do a really good job at that, and maybe, you know, some moms are great at it. I don't feel like I'm doing great at it, but it's like one of my life goals to, like, you know, focus on and make that a big point. that the world is going to tell us different, you know? The world's going to say, you're supposed to be this skinny, or this tall, or you're supposed to have long hair or short hair. You can't do this, you can't do that. You're not this, you're not that. And so I'm just taking a moment to appreciate that at 2 years old and 7 years old, my little girls know that they're a princess. They know that their mama loves them. And they know that their daddy loves them. And they know that Jesus loves them. And they know that they are good. And that they are wonderful. And that they are precious and valued. And I hope my life goal is to be able to keep pouring into their hearts so that they continue to know that they are those things. And there's never a question in their eye when they say princess.